Howdy folks, it's Creeps and it's time for another campfire chat. There's no campfire, there never is, it's just what I call it. So this one's serious, you guys. How about joining me, huh? Okay, so basically today is Sunday, June 21st. It is Litha, it is summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. I have my Ocean City hat on because the intention was that I would be there sometime today to do the summer solstice walk. I did a spring equinox walk in April, it was March. And this time for this one, and I want to go at night. I want there to be lights. I don't talk during this video, I just walk and do it. And the reason that I am not, and in fact the reason you have not seen much in the way of beach content, is because I have been down, you guys. You know that I am disabled. I have lesions on my brain, and I have fibro, I have osteoarthritis, I have a lot of other issues as well. I mean, I could go down the laundry list, but who cares, right? The weather in the summer is becoming an issue because it is so hot. And even though my doctor tells me to sit in the sun for 10 minutes every day, which I do to up my vitamin D, I can't do it for prolonged periods, or even if I'm not in the sun, if it's high heat, I cannot tolerate it for a long time. I knew this. It's gotten worse than the last time we had weather like this, which was last summer. This will be the third summer. It's crazy, and I have every reason to expect it's going to be crazy weather from here on out as far as heat. On the 6th of June, so that's a few weeks ago, Crow and I set up at the Strawberry Festival down at the winery, and it was hot. It was like low 90s. But you know how it is these days. It's 92, but it feels like 300. It was definitely felt hotter than 92. We were sweating. We weren't in direct sun, but we were in the heat from 8:30 in the morning, or was it 9:30? 9:30 in the morning until 5:30 that evening. It took me a full week to recover from that. For at least 4 days, I had no sense of balance. Lucky our house is small with lots of counters and things to, catch myself with. I had to use my cane, having trouble standing up and doing things like cooking, which I love, and was not doing for that whole week. Like I said, the first 3-4 days I was down, like in bed, just could barely comprehend anything. It was really quite awful. And so it took the week, and I started feeling better. And so on the 17th, which was about a week after I started feeling better, last Wednesday I think it was, Crow and I went down to the beach to sort of scope things out, honestly, for today. I was going to do some test shots. I have a new bracket for the phone for when I'm walking, and things like that. And what happened was we ended up getting a flat tire. I don't know if you saw this. Well, there's this. However, we're doing this here. That's right, folks, we're at the ocean. If we have to have a flat, this is the place to do it. But yeah, we got a flat tire. We were at Poppy's taco joint, and they were so nice. They had no problems with us being stranded in their parking lot. They even, didn't mind that while we had to wait an hour. Well, that's a whole other story, but they didn't mind that we took a walk up to the beach, which was right there, and we were in their parking lot probably for 6 or 7 hours. Started out, I was just going to put the spare on. We have a donut, and you know, even though I've never changed a tire on this car, other than putting new tires on, and that wasn't me. That's the only time we've ever had issues with tires on this car in 26 years, 25 years. So I wasn't even sure what the spare was, but I had an idea. And Crow didn't want me to because it was hot, and we had the car still filled up the show stuff, and that would all have to come out so that I could get to the tire. So we decided to get a Uber driver to take us to the AutoZone to get Fix-A-Flat. We figured that we'd do that, we get it pumped up, it'll get us home, we can figure out what to do from there. Didn't work. I think we got a dud can, because granted, I have not used it since the early 80s. It was not at all like I remember it being, so I think we got a dud can, and that didn't work. So then we got the bright idea that maybe we have roadside assistance. So we called them. We didn't. We do now. They sent a truck out, though. We had to wait for him. Now, before we did the roadside assistance, we just wanted to get a truck to come and take the car to the place to get a tire put on. He said, okay, I'll be right over. It'll be like 20 minutes. 5 minutes later, he calls us back and said, hey, I just got a police call. I have to take this. It's going to be about an hour, 90 minutes before, I'll get that cleaned up and I can get to you. So we were like, all right, never mind. So that's when we called about roadside assistance, and the tow truck came out, and he got the car, up and the bolts off and everything. He couldn't get the tire off. He was actually hitting it with a sledgehammer, and just couldn't get the tire off to change it. So we ended up then, I think Progressive, because we activated the roadside assistance, they set up the tow truck to go to Mike Dent's. And so we got it over there, not until, 6 or 7 o'clock at night. He called to let us know that it got there and that he wouldn't be able to look at it until the morning. We were on our way down the boardwalk at this point. As soon as they took the car, we started walking toward the inlet. And we, of course, it's the high heat of the day. There's not a lot of sun. There was a lot of sensory input that was difficult at the same time. And we ultimately decided to stay at our old standby Oceanic. We didn't get a waterfront room. We had a water view room, though. Crow was not happy. I did not mind. It was $100, and it was a clean room. They're tiny, but they're right there at the inlet. I mean, you can't beat it. So we went there. We walked from 14th Street down to the inlet, and I had every intention of resting and then going back out and shooting some stuff at the inlet. I did not get out of bed again until 10 o'clock the next morning. I got into bed, and Crow went into the bathroom, and by the time she came out, I was literally passed out. I did not fall asleep. I passed out. So here we go. In less than a month, we have zapped ourselves in the sun twice now. And so I just started feeling better today. So we were there Wednesday. We spent Wednesday night. Thursday morning, he calls and says, you can get the tire. It's not a problem. But the truck that'll bring the tire to him won't be there until between 1 and 4 p.m. So we got our friend Donovan to come pick us up. We came home, and I passed out again. I was in bed all day. The next morning, we went to pick the car up. I did drive home, but then came in and was in the bed. So now we're up to Friday. Yesterday, I I didn't feel better yesterday at all, and Crow was very worried because I was pale, like white. I had no color to me. So today's the first day since Wednesday that I've started to feel better. And I really want to go down there and do that walk right now, and I think that that would be largely irresponsible. I'm going to do it tomorrow. There will be one. Sorry that I couldn't do it on the actual day. Close enough though. We're going to go, going to try to attempt it tomorrow night. And then hopefully after that, once we get into July, we'll be doing some fun things. I want to, different kinds of challenges, you know, that I want to do, like getting every pressed penny that's on the boardwalk, and there's a ton of them. I have to find them all. Going on all the dark rides between Ocean City and Rehoboth, and it turns out I think Ocean City and Rehoboth are the only two places that actually have one, especially the Rehoboth one, because it's the last season that it's going to be in this incarnation, the one that's been there for 40 some years, 45 plus years I think they said. It's being renovated, not being torn down. The guy that designed it originally is in on this renovation, so they didn't say it was still going to be a haunted house, but I think that probably it will be. It's a good one. It's a pretty good one. But anyway, Crow and I are going to go on all three, and we'll rate the haunted houses. You know, little things like that. I'm going to go to the museums. A lot of stuff is inside that we can do as well, and like we did the art museum down there. There's a lot of stuff here in Salisbury too. I'm getting ready to do a big video about the zoo here, which is less than a mile. Actually, it's 1.3 miles from my driveway to the zoo, east entrance. And yeah, it's a cool zoo. It's got a lot of animals, and it's set up really nice, and so we're going to show you that. And I mean, that's what's coming up, but I did need to address where I've been. Now, I've been able to do my horror stuff, so I've been sort of keeping up with that. That's something I can do inside. A lot of that I do in the bed, literally. And, you know, I feel like rather than just throw the videos up when I have them, I try to make them interesting. I try to edit them and add some stuff and make them visually appealing, things like that, because that's stuff that I can do when I'm down. Now, if I'm really down, like the first couple days here and the original time we were in the sun from the 6th, yeah, no, I can't really do anything. I can barely form sentences. But once the brain cloud goes away, as my body is trying to catch up to that, then I can. Then I have a lot of time where I can do that. And a lot of people don't know I was a singer-songwriter in Nashville, Tennessee for 10 years. Actually, I've been a singer-songwriter pretty much since I was 12 years old. Still do it occasionally. Can't really play the guitar anymore. Long story. Again, disability. Oh, I'm also having trouble dropping things. I was wearing casts on my hand. I think you might have seen them in some videos. Trying to, you know, keep that blood flowing, because I have a habit of like sleeping like this, or, you know, having them all bent up. So I did that for about a year and a half, and to no avail. It does get a little better if I do it all the time. They are awkward and cumbersome and hot this time of year too, so I don't wear them as much as I should. But yeah, any given thing that I'm holding in either hand has at least a 50% chance of dropping on the floor. In some cases, breaking. I'm not used to yet quite like holding things, grabbing things with two hands like I probably should, so I'm adapting to that. Yeah. We had planned a trip. I think I've said in October we're going back to Universal Studios. We want to spend all of our time at Epic, which we didn't get enough of last time. So I figured that if we waited the 2 years that it would take us to save for it, we might not be able to really enjoy it. I'm 64 and disabled. Crow is 55 and disabled, with some similar things, some different things. And we're very carefully planning this trip out. So we've been paying on the trip. We booked a trip. Actually, we've got the plane fare paid for, and we had the hotel paid for. We don't have tickets to the parks, and we don't have any food. So far, we're going down to sit in a hotel. But we'll figure it out, because we always do. That's half the fun of it, you know. So we are planning on mostly being in the room during the day and heading out in the evening, when it's less crowded. Like a lot of people, especially with kids, they head back to the hotel around 5. The other Universal parks are, well, when we were there in January, they closed at 5. I don't know if they're open later. They should be, but I know that Epic is open until 10, and so we will get to spend some time there at night, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, so we've been paying on this trip for a couple of months now. We're going to be paying for it for a couple of years. So glad that we booked it, because I just read today that because of Iran, apparently jet fuel, the cost of jet fuel has doubled now. So luckily we had our plane tickets bought 2 months ago. So yes, we're trying to do more walking, and that was another reason why we went to the ocean on Wednesday, was to walk someplace different. We walked at the zoo, we walked at the park. We're trying to, you know, make it interesting, so we do it. And we're trying to get into shape so that we don't kill ourselves. And we know that we can't do the sun, so we know we have to do inside stuff during the day if we're doing that, and then at night the world is ours. So we're looking forward to that. But yeah, I intend on being more careful for the rest of the summer, and I hope to be bringing you a lot more beach content than I am. In the meantime, if you're into horror, stay tuned, because I'm getting ready to do a giveaway over on Slasher. It's slasher.tv. It's the social media for horror folks. It's like Facebook for horror. You can post gore, you can post obscenities. As far as language, you can post nudity. Obviously, it's an adults-only site. And we all love horror, and there's so many subgenres of it that there's all different kinds of groups of different people. You know, come on in. I'm Creeps McDam. Find me. Be part of my crew. I would love to have you, and you know, just have fun. And yeah, so if you do that, make sure you send me a friend request and let me know that this is where you saw me. And yeah, so I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you for listening. As I'm catching you up here, do all the things if you enjoy these videos. And stay tuned, because I'll tell you what, folks, I'm not giving up. I will die before I give up. So, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.